say thank you to God and thank you to the organizers of this Pan-African Congress. It's been something some of us have been longing for a long while. And so I commended them highly for organizing it, and two, for bringing it here in Africa. Initially it was supposed to take place, I think, in Chicago or somewhere of the sort. But I am happy to have heard they decided to bring it here on African soil, inviting many more African theologians and academicians and academics to think about the church in Africa. I also commended them for organizing it just soon after SECAM celebrated its 50th anniversary, the Golden Jubilee. Because one of the things that SECAM at Kampala last July intends to do, we are working on it, we are fine-tuning it, is to come up with a Kampala document about the church's mission for the next 10, 15, 20, maybe 50 years, So that's the first thing I begin by saying. Two, I would like also to commend them for the theme. It says, what must we do to perform the works of God? What must we do to perform the works of God? And they have various parts, that are going to be, dealt with by experts in various fields. My joy at being invited and being here is because I happen to be, by the grace of God, one of the African fathers, you may so call it. I've been a priest for 43 years. I've been a bishop for 27 years almost. I've had the great big benefit of participating, or rather being in Rome just at the end of, call it, the decade of Vatican II, and seeing to its implementation, Vatican II itself. And so, SECAM, which came to birth, in my opinion, in the Second Vatican Council, where the African fathers decided to come together to think about their mission of evangelization within the context of the socio-political development of Africa. I think we would have to look at SECAM as a prophetic, call it this way, institution that God gave us, starting from what I consider the canonization of the martyrs of Uganda, first black African saints officially acknowledged by the Universal Church and elevated to the universal altars. It was in 1964. This canonization took place right in the middle of Vatican II. So it was again a gift that Pope Paul VI gave to Africa. Then he came to Africa in 1969 to inaugurate SECAM. And since then, for the past 50 years, the Catholic Church in Africa has grown profoundly, phenomenally, and exponentially. From a church in 1978 that was barely 55 million Catholics in Africa, by the end of 2015, the church had grown to about 178 million Catholics in Africa. And now, according to Pew Research Center, most probably the Catholic population of Africa is about 200 million. So the church has grown to about 283% of, in herself. And that is something that is beautiful. And therefore, the question is, what is this Congress aiming at? I think this Congress is aiming at our looking back to the last 50 years from Vatican II through the 2 African synods in 1994 and in 2009 to the Golden Jubilee celebration of 2019. What have we brought from there? What have we gained? And where are we heading?